welcome to our spirituality retreat, a two-part event for this new moon in Cancer in July of 2021. My name is Christy Ramirez and I'm your health and wellness expert. This is a special event and show provided by my Body, Mind and Spirit health and wellness brand. So I'm so excited to finally be here in my beach house, and this is the new wave that is literally coming through like an ocean wave, right? This new wave of energy, of relaxation, of inner peace and serenity. It's a very beautiful energy that's coming in, and this is going to give us more emotional fulfillment as well as emotional healing that really needs to take place. You know, Cancer is all about home and family, feelings, emotions, and I feel like obviously with all the blue in here, blue, specifically the color sky blue, is going to be a great color to work with these next 2 weeks to help us to feel more inner peace, because I do feel like even astrologically there's a lot of Mars activity. Mars is fire element, and we need to kind of dissipate and counteract that anxious energy that might be coming through. Yes, it's a good thing because it's propelling us forward to take action towards our goals, towards success and achievement, but we need to do it in a graceful, mindful manner. So counteracting it with more peaceful and passive activities like meditation, light yoga, more yin yoga than anything, and just taking a moment to actually ground yourself and anchor yourself in this moment. Like a ship's about to dock, that's us. This ship that we've been on towards this new world, this new life of ours, and our transformation journey towards our new self has come a little bit to a halt, a little bit of a pause. I do feel like this is a pause in our lives because we all need to take a step back for reflection, for strategizing, making perhaps a new plan, making sure that everything is going according to plan if you have already a plan in motion. And it's also about stepping back and then actually being able to enjoy every single moment of the process. And this is what the challenge is going to be for these next 2 months, for the rest of this July basically. It's going to be able to take life one breath at a time. And I know that that sounds cliche, but truly when you really put yourself in the moment, the quality of your life changes exponentially. And then all of a sudden you begin to love your life and appreciate every experience. And that's what we're being called to do this time. And you know, being that I'm finally here in my beach house, because it's been a while since I've been saying I was gonna, you know, start my beach house filming and, you know, getting grounded in my own life as well. This is me taking a step back as well from the normal routine, from the Spiritual Counseling TV network, from my School of Light. I'm taking a break for, I'm not sure how quite long yet, but I have a feeling that it's going to be most of July, all of July and perhaps some of August, perhaps till fall season, right? Because fall season begins September 20th or 22nd. So it's literally around the corner. It's only like 2 months away basically. And this is the final weeks of summer. And I know that it feels like we just began summer, but in many parts of the world when summer began, the weather was actually very gloomy. It's also when hurricane season begins, right? So there's a lot of deconstruction and construction, rebuilding. And so we just need to go with the flow. Whatever it is that we need to close the cycle of and release, we need to be willing to let it go. Stay detached from the outcome, from the actual thing that it is that you're trying to let go of, whether it's a chapter in your life, people in your life, or circumstances. We need to let it go so that we can allow something better to come in, right? Something new. Remember that when one door closes, a new one opens. And guess what? You might be able to redo it again in the future, but of higher quality. There is always divine timing at play. And this is second chances as well. You know, the restart that I mentioned in this Monday's Daily Morning Spiritual Guidance was that now in July, June was like the reawakening of this new vision that we have for our future. We had the vision, but it was like a reawakening as to the qualities that it takes to get there. or maybe even for the passion for something that you like. Maybe it's a project that you're working on, a business venture. Maybe it's in regards to love, the reawakening, and kind of like a wake-up call. You know what? If you're settling in a relationship, it could have been a wake-up call that, hey, maybe I'm not happy. Why am I settling? And then rediscovering your worth and your value as a partner, and realizing that you are deserving of your dream counterpart. And so this is all what's being reawoken, has been reawoken in June. And I feel like now with this new moon in Cancer specifically, in July, we are restarting again. Okay, whether it's a new relationship, I feel like new love is coming in. And I feel like these new love that's coming in, these new love partners, this is relationship material, because Cancer rules relationships. Cancer is not the person that, you know, likes to be around or likes to experiment with different partners or even date around. Cancer is very solid and very loyal and just very attached to one person. That's kind of like the overall Cancer energy. It's very home oriented, and you know, maybe this is coming a lot up in you. You know, I can tell you I have a Cancer rising, and I love being in my home. I can be at home every day if I could, and this is me as a homebody. This is just me, who I am, because it's all about these cozy feels. Alright, so as I was saying, it's all about this restructuring and rebuilding. And of course, you know, Cancer energy, you know, sorry, I got lost because actually one of my curtains fell, and that's again a sign, right? Whatever has fallen away from your life, let it be and just rebuild it in the most beautiful manner. So this requires a lot of brain work, believe it or not. And you know, this is, again, let's go back to the, right, so let's go back to this home theme. This is about our comfort, our sanctuary, right? Our home should be like a sacred space, and remember that it's in this sacred space that we're gonna get the illumination, the revelations, the answers that we need for our journey and how to keep progressing forward. Remember, this is, again, at the end of the day, what it comes down to. It's about our soul evolution, and this is why I am a soul coach, and what I do to help people and also, you know, myself. This is about continuously evolving. Okay, and so this is the overall theme that I feel for this introduction to the spirituality retreat. I feel like this new moon in Cancer is bringing a lot of great new beginnings, and these beginnings are gonna last for the long term, because again, that's also what Cancer rules. It's all about long-term relationships. You know, Cancer is the one that likes to be married, likes to be at home with their children. And remember that it doesn't have to be physically your children, but it could be anything that you gave birth to, like projects, businesses, your mission work, things that you live for, that give your life meaning and purpose. You know, for me, I'm a single woman with no children, and I'm in my 30s, but my mission and my focus and my babies, you can say, are my businesses. And that's what I live for in this current time. And you know, this is what we're all being called to focus on your purpose, your reason for living, and then continue to master it, cultivate it, and bring it even more to life, allowing it to keep growing, expanding, and rising into its fullest potential. And remember that you will blossom in divine timing, right? Summer is here, and this is what summer is about. It's about the blossoming stages of these beautiful flowers. Remember that spring is more about the beginning stages, from a seed into the beginning stages of a stem, a few petals, but then summer is like the full blossoming, right? So this is, again, apply it to your life. If you're feeling patient or just in doubt about where you're at on your journey, know that it's a process. There's a time and place for everything, and all is working in divine timing. So that's a beautiful message for this spirituality retreat today. Let's have a little coffee time with me here. So I love my little beach house here, and I do also have to make a few announcements. Make sure that you watch the second part, which is the Sambo healing session. Now this ceremony, there's a campfire in the background that you can hear, like a bonfire and ocean waves, because these are the sounds that are going to help us to heal. Of course, I will still be doing the Sambo, but of course it's going to be audio from now on. So I hope that you like this version better. Maybe in the future I'll go back to the other way in which I am on the screen, but for now I think it's very healing this way. And then also, my new Cosmic Consciousness show begins today as well. I will be filming these perhaps like every weekend. And so today I'm going to film episode 1 because there is a lot of messages that want to come in from higher beings as well. Remember that these higher beings also involve the higher hierarchy of angels. There's angels in the earthly realm, and then there's angels in the cosmic realm. And those are the ones that we're going to connect to today, the seraphim and above. And so that's just a little note that I wanted to remind you all to come in. Let's begin with our oracle reading, because I always do like to bring in extra messages that way. I feel like we can go deeper into these energies that are very kind of shocking and new, but they're good. It's like a little whirlwind again. Like a storm just came and just shifted everything around, but then it's all for the better, right? So we just need to trust what is happening, why we're being called to change our direction, maybe sooner than you expected. There's always a reason, okay? So you might get revealed a reason, or maybe you'll find out later. Whatever it is, this calls for faith. Faith is going to be the #1 thing that's going to keep you grounded in these changes, and it's going to keep you sane as well, and it's going to keep you at peace, inner peace, right within. All right, so I'm going to bring on my cards and I'll be right back. All right, everyone, so I'm going to begin this way, taking out my decks this way with the Starseed Oracle. I feel like Starseeds want to come in, and this is part of what we're going to be connecting to in my Cosmic Consciousness show. So very interesting energy, right? I do feel like Pleiadians coming in strongly. This is about the light workers now coming in. They're coming in to help the light workers shine more of their light in whatever way that means. Child of the cosmos, yes, this is us that came from above, from these star systems. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. This is the divine intelligence that we're all connecting to. Those of you light workers who are connected and who are in your sanctuary are able to kind of seclude yourself to just think clear, right? It's just to remove the fog and just be able to actually receive these messages crystal clear. This is what it's about during this month. Crystal clear guidance, and eventually, you know, this is then when we share it, right? But first we need to get the guidance, and we can only do so in purity. And then the other message that I want to, maybe we can read it. You know, this is the triangle, which is our connection, the bridge to heaven on earth. And that's what the messengers are for as well here on earth. We are the bridgers between the higher and the lower. So this is the card for the day today. Let's read from the booklet. Child of the cosmos, the intelligence of the universe lies within you. And this is a beautiful drawing artwork here. This is about artwork as well. You know, by opening up our hands in surrender is where we receive these ideas, this creativity, and all of this artwork. We manifest it to give messages through our art, and that's how it works. Any artist out there, creative people, you are channelers in just different ways, and we are being called to connect to this because this is the most natural and raw form of being the messengers, okay? And I wanted to look it up. There is a mysterious force that governs all of life, and this is this force that we're all feeling. An intelligence that tells flowers when to bloom. How coincidence? Well, how synchronistic that I was just talking about this. And the tides and seasons when to come and go. That intelligence is within you too, and this is our intuition actually guiding us towards the right direction in divine timing. So this is what we surrender to. We actually surrender to our own inner divine intelligence, okay? It was there before you drew your first breath, and it will be there well beyond your last. It is the part of you that informed every cell what to do when you were in your mother's womb. It's harder to resist this force than it is to surrender to it, because Earth is a planet of polarity and free will. This is our actions that are gonna dictate our future. So it's about acting wisely. And so it's easy to forget that this intelligence exists within us. So often we become disconnected from this pulse of life and fall into the pattern of believing that we are separate or feeling that we need to go it alone. We can feel isolated and as if we need to figure things out for ourselves, to rely on our own strength. You're being called to remember the intelligence that's within each and every one of your cells, to remember that you are a precious child of a loving, gentle universe, that you have access to all of the intelligence, wisdom, strength, flow, and qualities there ever were, are, or will be. And to remember that if flowers know exactly when and how to bloom, then you do too. So ask yourself this question this time. How can you surrender more deeply to the intelligent flow of life? Just surrender to any intuitive nudges that you're receiving, because they are your truth. They are God speaking to you. And so we need to just trust in this, because I see, there's a lot of people that will surrender, get the messages, but then maybe they don't expect it to hear it, or they don't like what they hear, and then they keep questioning. And that's not being clear, because you are receiving the clear message, but yet you're doubting it. And that completely just ruins the purpose, right, of getting that guidance, because it's about trusting as well what you are receiving, and then acting through that trust by taking the action even if you don't understand. Now that's what's called blind faith, that leap of faith that we're being called to take. Beautiful message. Let's get messages from our higher angels now. I'm talking about the ones that are in the cosmos. What do they have to tell us today? Wow, what did I just say in the beginning? And this is actually interesting. We got the angel Isaiah, and this is a book in the Bible. So maybe reading this book, the book of Isaiah, can give you even more messages for your personal journey. Maybe we might want to take a look at the Bible actually. It's a good time to give birth to new ideas and situations in your life. I am watching over you, guiding you, and protecting you during these changes. And these changes are absolutely necessary. And let's get one more. We got kind of like a sunset card. So watching the sunset can really help you as well. Remember that God's hour is sunset. So maybe you can do some either meditation or yoga during that time, or eat your dinner during that time. Just gaze at the sunset. You are at the end of a cycle in your life. So call upon your angels to comfort you and to guide you to your next step. Happiness awaits you now. This is this drastic change that we're being guided to that is going to give us our ultimate happiness. So we are to trust in this divine timing. Yeah, look, we got the unicorn here, the mystique card. Keep charging ahead and don't take no for an answer, and expect miraculous solutions to occur. What a beautiful message from our angels today. You will have the Midas touch right now. So this is about anything that you do right now turns into gold. So trust in these steps that you're being guided to take. Let's get your work, your light card for our light workers out there. Get some extra messages, and we'll read from the booklet. And yes, whatever it is that you're just thinking right now, the answer is yes, your intuition is correct. Clear guidance there. And let's get a message overall. Whoa, that one just completely flew out. And I will pick it up. Wow, and we got the don't dim to fit in card. So this is again about how are you either dimming your light to fit in? How are you going with the crowd instead of your own inner guidance? Because you are illuminated. Your third eye is wide open and active, and it's giving you the correct answers from higher cosmic beings, higher consciousness that we are in. So this is about listening and going within, not seeking guidance from without, externally per se, but only from within. And you see, you know, this woman is kind of, there is a breath work that I do in the morning for a meditation, that you completely close all your senses so that you are forced to go within. And that's a great exercise that I teach in my meditation series for actually activating our creativity and also connecting to higher consciousness, because this higher intelligence is what brings about this creative energy, right? Anything original that's different can only be created by collaborating with higher beings, with God. And because God is the ultimate creator, right, who created Earth, something so original, no planet is like Earth. Us humans, we are completely different. Even if there are higher beings or aliens, we are completely different and unique. So God is the ultimate creator. He created so many different animal species, so many plant and flower species. All of this creativity came from God himself. So if you want to come up with something completely original, collaborate with God, with your heavenly angels, with higher beings, and you will get there. And so this is what I'm feeling. There's a lot of third eye and crown chakra activation during this time. And this is why we're being secluded per se. So it's a great time to take your holidays during this time. So for example, for me, I always take summer vacation as well as winter vacation, right? Like during the winter time, Christmas, New Year's, I like to go to my cozy cabin retreat. And then during the summer, I like to spend time in my beach house. And this is what we're being guided. So this is the perfect time. If you can't afford it, this is something that you make a part of your yearly lifestyle. You know, a lot of people do this. And you can still work from wherever you're at in the world, right? Of course, not everybody has this luxury per se, but you can always take time off from work, whatever it is that your job is. And so if you can take some time off, in whatever way that means, during this month of July, you're being guided to do so. Because August, September, it's kind of like when everyone goes back to school. More of the routine is just back to like strict again, right? And this is like one of the high moments of economy and like just everything just going back to reality. And I feel like this month of July is like one of like the last summer months in a way. Like think of children, right? I used to work at a school and my summer vacation was a long 3 months. It was May, June, July, right? And then we would all go back to school on August. And so this is the final month that you have to yourself to do what is more of what you love to do on your time off. I'm talking about hobbies, things that you don't normally have enough time to do when you're in your day-to-day routine, work schedule wise, right? I'm not talking about self-care routines like, you know, your exercise, meditation, but I'm talking about hobbies, things that just are just something you love to do that you don't get paid for. Do more of that, and that's gonna bring you more passion, rejuvenation, youthfulness, and even this lighthearted spirit that we are all being guided to return to, this childlike innocence. And this is what's going to light up our life, and it's going to help us to keep moving through the rest of the year with more vitality and energy, right? Because this is a break that we're being given this July, not because God wants us to be lazy or overly luxurious or indulgent with life, not at all, but it's actually because we're kind of reserving our energy during this July, because come August to the rest of the year, it's going to be work, 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 or should I say at least to the holidays, right? And we're going to need to put our complete focus on that, whatever it is that you are working on in your life, alchemizing, because we're in hermit mode right now. We're in hibernation, should I say. In a hibernation, in kind of like this retreat mode, that's going to bring us back fortified, regrounded, refocused on the bigger picture of our life. And then once we come out into the world, there's no stopping you, right? Because you're just going to keep treading forward till you reach that finish line. And this is a beautiful energy for this new moon in Cancer. So enjoy it while you can, because by the next full moon is basically when we're going to be preparing for this new other chapter, right? It's kind of like we're flipping the book, the pages of our book for the rest of this year. So definitely, if you want to understand what these last 6 months of 2021 are about, beginning from June, check out my latest presentation that I did at my Lightwork University, The Reawakening. I explain to you month by month, as well as the one that I did at the beginning of the year, which is the Rebirth. It's going to explain to you, and they're all available for rent or purchase if you go to christeramirez.com/lightworkuniversity, and it's going to help you to understand that bigger picture. Okay, because I'm not going to repeat right now what the bigger picture is, but this is the small break, and not even a break, because we're still doing a lot of behind the scenes work. We are getting messages, right? This is kind of like the perfect time for any people who are writers out there to start writing your book. Any people who like to compose music, start writing your music, your songs. Any people who like to, paint or are creating something, is the perfect time to create, come up with this beginning stages of creation. And this is again what is going to then help us beginning in August start manifesting it. We're coming up more with like the brain work, the strategy, the blueprint is what I wanted to come up with. The blueprint of what it is that we're going to begin to alchemize and build come August. And basically the next full moon. So we'll talk more about that energy in the next full moon. And I feel like now is a great time to begin the Sambo healing session. So again, let's put these all together. So let's begin the Sambo healing session. Please make sure that the best way to get the most of this Sambo healing session is to lay down in Savasana with your palms wide open, feet up, and just lay on the floor or on your bed or on a yoga mat and just absorb whatever messages that you're getting through and allow it to fill in your spirit, heal your aura. Remember that sound frequency is very powerful, and it has the potential to clear away any emotional disturbances, any physical ailments, any mental blockages, any emotional heartaches, whatever it is that you're experiencing, any emotional pain. Sambo healing session has the very much power to heal you. Alright, so just trust in this, surrender to it, and have a good time. I am so blessed to have been here with all of you today. Thank you for joining me in my beach house for the spirituality retreat. I will see you all for the next full moon as well in my beach house. Make sure to check out my new show, The Cosmic Consciousness Show, for further insight about what's happening on a cosmic level during these times that we're in. Very, very important times and very life-changing times as well. So have an amazing and beautiful one. Namaste. my soul family, welcome to today's Sambo healing session for this new moon in Cancer. Close your eyes and envision yourself in the midst of the ocean waves. Allow these ocean waves to purify your soul, your aura, and just experience this inner peace and serenity. Let the waves, with each wind, purify each thought from your mind. Release any that don't serve you, that are fear-based, and only accept the positive high vibrational thoughts. The ones that nourish your soul, give you hope, and fill your heart with love. Jesus teaches us that all there is to live for is unconditional love, that we are to walk in this unconditional love for self, for others, for the world, for nature included, animals, all the elements of this planet. With this new moon in Cancer, let us embrace our emotions. Sometimes we might feel that we're drowning in these emotions that can overtake us if we don't have control over them. But today I ask you to grab all those emotions within your heart that you might have been suppressing or just denying or hiding, and let them be. Because when you let them be, you can recognize them for what they are. If they are negative, you recognize them as illusions of fear that come from our ego, which means they are false. And if they're positive ones, they are simply reminders that there's something to live for, and that is love. Let us be grateful for our emotions, because our emotions is what makes us humans, is what allows us to feel and hence be alive. Without emotions, you are numb. And without emotions, you don't truly live. So don't be afraid of whatever emotions you are feeling in this transition, because they are simply guidelines in the compass of your soul. So the more that we learn to listen and embrace our emotions, the wiser decisions we will be able to make that is true to ourselves. It will allow us to fill up our cup of emotion, of love, if we're lacking. Every emotion is telling us something about what's going on within us. So if you truly want to heal from the inside out, learn to listen to your emotions. Let that be your guiding light. And then ask God for guidance on how to heal those emotions, how to purge and release any that don't serve you, so that you may be able to experience the positive vibrational ones, the ones that you will never want to let go of, the ones that will make you feel like you're living heaven on earth, the ones that will reignite your passion and love for life itself. That is what true living is all about, and that is what this new moon in Cancer is reminding us today. Fill up your cup. Love your life, love your partner, love your relationships, your home, your family, your friendships, everything about your life that makes life, which is emotion-based. And that is what Cancer represents. Everything that feels like home. This earth should feel like your home. And that is how you create your heaven on earth, because our true home is heaven. But we've incarnated here on earth to do a mission, to do work. So it's up to us to make earth feel like home for the time being that we're here. So don't waste this precious time, because life is a gift. Every moment is a gift. Let the sound vibration heal your aura, your emotional field, your physical body, your mental space, and just be in this moment. And just like this is how you should be living every moment of your life, completely immersed in that moment. Life is beautiful, and it has its waves of ups and downs, of change. But the more that we just go with the flow, the more emotionally stable we will actually feel. So this is about letting go of control, expectations, and allowing life to be. Allowing God to fulfill His plan for you and trusting the process. Have faith on your journey. Wherever it is that you're going, you will eventually reach your destination. But every experience counts, so make it count. Open the palms of your hands, relax your feet, and just receive this beautiful healing energy. With every sound frequency, every layer of your aura is being purified, repaired, healed, and upgraded. Receive these light codes today of crystal light, and connect to your spirit within. Follow your inner light. Let your intuition be your guidance. May you only attract abundance, high vibrational, and souls of light. So high vibrational relationships and only souls of light. I'm wishing you an amazing, beautiful next 2 weeks. I'll see you next time. Namaste.